Anything wrong.
I know you did that.
Okay, that's reasonable.
For those who are able, would you please rise for the family?
never held a funeral before, so bear with me. Today we gathered today to celebrate the life of a beloved mother, daughter, sister, partner, and friend. Our family is eternally grateful for the love, support, and encouragement bestowed upon Sally and our entire family during her illness. Sally courageously fought for more time with her precious girls, Caroline, Susanna, and Georgia. She got more birthdays and holidays, more volleyball games and tennis, more hugs and snugs, more time to express her love. After a tough 10-month battle, her body could no longer fight, and she was called to heaven, as reflected in a poem called God's Garden. God looked around his garden. Excuse me. God looked around his garden, and he found an empty place. And then he looked down upon the earth, and he saw your tired face. He put his arms around you and lifted you to rest. God's garden must be beautiful. He only takes the best. He knew that you were suffering. He knew you were in pain. He knew that you would never get well on earth again. He saw the road was getting rough, and the hills were hard to climb. So he closed your weary eyelids and whispered, "Peace be thine." It broke our hearts to lose you, but you didn't go alone. For part of us went with you the day God called you home.
I'd like everyone to sing when the music starts that, this would go like, but it really helped a lot. Wait for it. You shall cross the red desert, but you shall not die of thirst. You shall wander on the safety, though you do not know the way. You shall speak your words in glory and rest, and all will understand. You shall see the face of God and live. Be not afraid. I go before you always. Come, follow me, and I will give you rest. You pass through raging waters, in the sea you shall not drown. If you walk in the burning flames, you shall not be harmed. If you stand before the crown of hell, and death is
day you shall laugh, and bring out his soul can make you all because of me. Blessed are you. Be not afraid. I go before you always. Come, follow me, and I will give you rest. Come, follow me, and I will give you rest.
Motherhood is a divinely ordained role, a gift from God that reflects his own attributes of love, sacrifice, wisdom, and comfort. To paraphrase part of Proverbs 31, a mother is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. When she speaks, her words are wise, and she gives instructions with kindness. Sally loved her 3 girls more than anything else in this world.
Words can't begin to describe how beautiful my mom's soul was. She could light up a room with her smile, and she was kind to everyone she met. She had the most outgoing and genuine personality. She made everyone feel seen. Anyone who walked in her house, she would greet with a smile or a hug and immediately make them feel at home. She was never afraid to speak her heart, and she helped so many people. I always thought my mom was the strongest woman in the world. She wasn't afraid of anything. Even when my mom had just started chemo, she always said that as long as we had each other, we would be just fine. She was so smart and well-spoken, you could ask her anything. My mom was my biggest role model. She was so independent, and everything we had she had done for us. She taught me exactly what it means to not be dependent on anyone. She always knew what to say to me when I needed help or advice. She made sure we were taken care of, even when she was so sick. I remember any time I would tell her I felt sad or misunderstood, she would tell me how special I was and to never change. Her heart felt for everyone. One of her biggest personality traits was her kindness. I knew my mom was always going to be there cheering for me the loudest and supporting me through everything I did. My mom always told me how much she loved us, but I know how much she loved us because every day she showed us. She truly was the best mom in the world. I didn't care about anyone else because I knew I would always have my mom. Even when I was out somewhere having the most fun, I was never sad to go home because my mom was my favorite person, and I missed her anywhere. She always said that her love for us would never change no matter what, and every day she showed that. When she was alive, I took her love for granted because there was never a time when it did it. Nothing I ever had in my life will compare to the love she gave me. I would do anything for her to kiss me one more time or hear her talk to me. I want to make her proud in heaven, and everything she had told me and taught me will stick with me forever. I know that she fought so hard, and her body is now at peace. Along with anyone who knew my mom, I don't think I'll ever get over her loss. I aspire to be just like my mom, with her humongous heart, her wisdom, her outlooks on life, her humor, and her strength. No matter where she is, my love for her will never change. I love you the most, Mom, and I'll miss you forever.
Not a day passes by, Mom, that you don't cross my mind. Not all of you departed when you left earth behind. For in my heart there is a place that only you can hold. Those are loving memories I care for more than gold. I know you can still hear me, Mom, so please know this is true. That everything I am today is all because of you. I love you, Mom, and I always will.
My mom was always my biggest role model and supporter. Everything I was ever a part of, I could guarantee she would be there encouraging me. Whether that be the volleyball or tennis court, school, or wherever I needed her. I looked forward to coming home from school so we could talk and catch up. She was always there and listened so intently to everything I was saying. My mom gave me the best advice and never judged me. I felt so incredibly loved no matter what. She always made sure to say, my love for you never changes. Sometimes she was disappointed in me, although that disappointment never resulted in a harsh lecture or argument. It was usually a conversation followed by a hug and a lesson learned. My mom never failed to show me how proud she was of me. She would tell me every day, even at the most difficult times. I always felt so happy to hear her say that because my biggest goal was to make her proud. She always told me that we would figure things out together. To me, she was more than a mother. She was the center of my life and the voice that guided me through every path. My mom shaped me completely. I can never say pieces of me are gone now because everything I am and everything I have I've learned has come from her. She raised me completely. I'll always admire her strength and thoughtfulness even at the hardest of times. My sisters and I will always put first. I truly looked up to her more than anyone. Her love is so precious and I will always feel it even though she isn't here physically. My mom was my whole world. I took our relationship for granted sometimes, and that has taught me the biggest lesson I've ever learned. Live in the moment, soak up everything you have. One day will not look like the next, and tomorrow is never promised. I've never felt more grateful than I am my mom's child. I will hold that title proud always. I love you, Mom, and I will spend the rest of my life missing you. Although I know you don't want me to be completely sad, you want me to reminisce on our memories and all the time we spent together, and most importantly, feel your love. I'm so extremely grateful to have had a mom who was willing and excited to spend time with me. We went so many places together. The biggest lesson you ever taught me was how to be a kind person. You displayed kindness always and really made me see the bigger picture about people's situations. You made an impact on everyone who had the privilege to spend time with you. My relationship with you is something I'll forever cherish. You loved me like no one else. You were the person who was willing to help anyone. Such an inspiration and the kindest heart. This world didn't deserve you, Mom. You are one of a kind. The second biggest lesson you taught me was how to be a kind person. I always felt most comfortable around you. I'm most certainly thankful to have grown up in a house that was welcoming and accepting no matter what. The house was always filled with your love and warmth. Not only did you tell me you loved me, but you showed me every single day. I remember always hugging you before bed, and no matter what I did that day, or if I was being hateful, I know you loved me regardless. I remember when you were going through chemotherapy in and out of the hospital, nauseous and tired, you still came to my tennis matches. That is something I will never forget, although I would never expect anything less. That is one of the thousands of selfless things you did for me every day. I can't believe you're gone because I never thought I'd be in this position this young. However, you'll never be completely gone. The impact you made on my life and others will live on forever. I know you are watching over me always. I promise to honor you for the rest of my life and will never forget how special you are to me. Even in your absence, you are with me in my smile and my strength and the powerful bond not even death can break. I love you so much, Mom. Caroline, Susanna, and Georgia. Your mom loved you for you with everything she had. She was what every mom and parent should strive to be. A mom with unconditional love for her children, a mom who showed limitless strength, and a mom who always showed up, no matter the event or the time of day. The best gift your mom has given Allie and I is the three of you. Growing up, all we wanted was a cousin to play with, and your mom was generous enough to give us three. As you three have grown, you have embodied your mom's best strengths and traits. How lucky are we to have been given three cousins to play with as kids, and now we get to have three friends that remind us of our Aunt Sally. Sally was the type of sister that would do anything for her siblings. Because of this love and loyalty to Liz, Thomas, and Susan, she treated her nieces and nephew like if we were her own. Sally was the type of aunt that was always a phone call away and would help lift some of the weight off of our shoulders when life got tough. She was our biggest cheerleader and always brought a little fun to every event. One day, I hope to be half the aunt Aunt Sally is to Allison, Henry, Alice, and myself. On behalf of the siblings, I am going to read a poem titled Our Family. United by the sorrows and joys that bind us, we are one. One family, riding the roller coasters of life, surviving the ups and downs with relative sanity, never really knowing what's around the bend. One family, sharing our space, our opinions, our hopes, our dreams, our fears, and our disappointments. Cheering each other on through the best of times and putting up with the worst in each other. One family, through thick and thin, remaining steadfast and true, loving each other the way that families do. With the kind of love that grows stronger every day, even in the face of adversity. The kind of love that is and always will be forever.
I've been given the impossible task of speaking about Sally as a sister. As a quick recap, there's Liz as the oldest, then there was Sally, Thomas, and me as the baby. We've always used Russian nesting dolls as sort of our sibling symbol, and we won't quite be the same without the fourth to complete our sequence. However, tattoo might be in the works for me. Sally was nearly 10 years older than me, so our relationship really transformed over the years from kind of caregiver more to friends. In my youngest years, I could count on Sally being my protector from Thomas when he taunted me as older brothers often do. She was my hero when she had to physically move my Barbie Corvette because I had run out of driveway and was too scared to throw it in reverse. She was my patient teacher when I surprised her with news that I needed to learn America the Beautiful the night before my elementary school choir audition. Sally demonstrated preparedness by tucking feminine products in the clothes hooks, hangers, and her green Dodge Neon that she probably drove in 1996. Sally's personality drew people to her, and she was quick to make friends. This trait and her coolness was readily apparent to me, even at a young age. By extension, that meant many of her friends, including Sarah, April, Katie, and Meredith, were in many of my childhood memories with Sally. And many of the stories of Sally getting in trouble in high school also include Rick, Jeff, and Carl, among others. When Sally left for ETSU, I immediately claimed her obviously cooler downstairs bedroom in an effort to, of course, be more mature and more cool. And when I say immediately, let me be clear, her U-Haul had not even taken the left off of Craig Drive when I was moving my personal effects downstairs. I was really in awe that she lived in a house with Emily, Ashley, and Mandy without any real adults. To me, college Sally was a rock star, really pushing the limits. She did things like get a Meg Ryan haircut that of course looked great on her. She broke her wrist trying to snowboard instead of studying for finals. And of course she got Corey, her beloved red dealer, who was probably barking with excitement when she got into heaven. Of course, the pinnacle of college Sally was the Reach. The Reach was the moment that her defining dolphin tattoo was revealed to Mom. While Mom may still not be a fan, I think we can all agree that the dolphin tattoo became synonymous with Sally. As if Sally's coolness was not already established, my mom's sage advice when I entered high school really sealed the deal. Mom told me to tell every high school teacher and administrator that I was an only child, and to especially never claim Sally. In high school, I distinctly remember wondering if I could reach her level. So imagine my delight when I learned that we even shared the same blood type, which I took to mean meant I was more similar to Sally than I was to Liz. Sorry, Liz. As I grew up, my relationship with Sally shifted more to one of friendship and sometimes co-conspirators. One night, that was Sally waking me up to hear Thomas getting busted for sneaking a girl into the house. Another time, it was Sally sneaking into our house on a night that I had snuck out of the house. I will never forget my panic when the home phone number popped up on my caller ID, and I will never forget my relief when I heard Sally's voice instead of my mom's. With the countless memories of Sally and the lessons she taught me, her example of motherhood will always be the most prominent. She would be the first to tell you how challenging motherhood was, but gosh, if she didn't make it look effortless. When my son Henry was a newborn, I called her in tears, and she calmly reminded me of just how capable I was. A few days later, I got an unsigned index card in the mail with a quote that parenthood was the toughest hood. And in the weeks that followed, I received more and more anonymous index cards with encouraging words about parenthood and motherhood. In life, Sally and I were often opposites, in that I think through all of the really terrible what ifs, but she would think through all of the really wonderful what ifs. She had an innate ability to make mundane tasks fun and memorable. For instance, once we drove Mom crazy by our overuse of the word finagle when prepping mushrooms. Sally never met an occasion she didn't like. She was always prepared with a novel or festive treat or beverage perfect for the occasion. Our family gatherings were always leveled up by her presence. As I sifted through photos and other mementos this week, I came across a graduation card from Liz to Sally from 1996. And ironically, the sentiment in that card still applies today. It read, "A sister is the best of friends. She has a special way of caring, of sharing, and of brightening every day." This led me down the path of Sally's character traits: charismatic, loving, determined, funny, dedicated, loyal, caring, maternal, and nurturing. Nurturing really struck a chord with me, so I ended up looking up the Latin root, and I realized why. It means to suckle or to give nourishment to the young or weak. Sally was a nurturer in everything she did and in each role she held. She wanted the best for everyone, for them to feel valued, to feel loved, and to feel cared for. In Sally's absence, I encourage us all to continue her legacy. In each interaction that you have, whether with your family, your friends, coworkers, or random strangers on the street, do it with a nurturing spirit in honor of our sister Sally.
Family isn't always blood. It's the people in your life who want you in theirs, the ones who accept you for who you are, the ones who would do anything to see you smile, who love you with anything they have and are there for you with no matter what. Friends are the family that you choose for yourself. They are family friends, so close you consider them family. Katie, it's your turn.
When I started making notes, I was wondering how in the world I could ever put the essence, selflessness, loyalty of Sally on paper. We created so many memories together and with our girls from the time she moved to Parisburg. Sally and her girls were a permanent fixture in my life for a decade. I met Sally at the country club pool many summers ago. She was there with her mother, Faye, and her 3 girls. I just happened to be walking past her with a fizzy beverage, and her eyes lit up. "Where did you get that?" "Oh, it was from my cooler. Would you like one?" "Yes, yes." With the biggest smile, and that was all it took. From that day forward began a friendship that blossomed into besties and soul sisters. I will never forget that day. Sally had so many amazing qualities. She would do anything for anyone that needed assistance. She loved so selflessly. She was a definition of loyalty. She loved her girls, family, and her friends so big. Caroline, Susanna, Georgia, I want you to know that all of you were her biggest blessings in her life. You were her pride and joy. She talked about you all the time with so much happiness. I will miss our impromptu pedicure trips, wine lab lunch dates, nights on her patio with charcuterie boards, which always featured our favorite brie cheese, sitting by the pool, Friday nights at the club. I could go on and on. I know Sally cherished our friendship. We often spoke about how blessed we were to have met each other. Even when Sally became sick, she still pushed herself to try and continue keeping life somewhat normal. I have never seen anyone fight a horrible battle such as this, but still maintain a smile. Adjusting to this new normal will be difficult and sad. I will miss her smile, her laugh, her humor, but most importantly, the unbreakable bond we had. I know she will continue to look down on all of us with her beaming smile. I'm sure she will also let us know in little ways that she's still with us. I wanted to end with a poem. The author is unknown. Even though you didn't make it to the end of my story, I will always have the corner folded down on your page because it was one of my favorites.
At this time, we invite anyone who would like to share a brief memory to do so.
And I like to say that Sally, because Sally was that old warrior. But wasn't that? She was super idiot. She was a godsend to us. We loved her and we made her children. She would bring them out there with her. She was a godsend to us. We loved her.
Sally, and Wade, and the girls, a family does. They've earned that place in our lives. And in my journey, I have never known an individual with more heart, more spirit, or more guts than she. We had conversations about politics, and one day we decided, in order to stay friends, we had a cold beer and started talking about the weather and baseball. She's one of a kind, and everybody here knows that. And they broke the mold, and she went to the other side. And I think all of us can learn a great deal from the way she lived life with great zeal. And everything she did was whole hog or bust, and she's going to be sorely missed.
I know the program's been brief, but it's just a little longer than that. My name is Emily Gooden, and I went to ETSU with Sally. She was the very first person I met as I sat in an orientation class. How we met wasn't really cool, but we often reflected on it and made fun of ourselves. We were going around the room saying where we were from, and Sally said Blacksburg. Well, after we left, I kind of ran up to her and I said, "Hey, my dad went to Virginia Tech." And we introduced ourselves, and since we lived in the same dorm, we walked back together. She asked if I wanted to go see her curtains that her mom had made that matched her comforter. So they were such silly starters, but it was the beginning of a lifelong friendship. We spent a lot of time together our freshman year. Her dorm room was the place to be. High school friends and new friends always met up in her room to hang out or get together before going out. I didn't have a car my freshman year, so Sally always drove us around in her Dodge Neon, many times blasting Prince. After dorm life and apartments, 5 of us moved in together into a house with 1 shower. That house became the place to be, and it was always filled with friends, some who are here today. Let me find where to go. This month, we will have been friends for 29 years. And every year on our birthdays, we would wish each other a happy birthday and say, "This is the 10th time, or the 12th time, or the 20th time I've wished you a happy birthday." And I only wish I could wish her happy birthday a 30th time. Sally and I went through a lot together and made more memories than I can count. College weddings, birthday celebrations, traveling together, and being pregnant with our first babies 17 years ago. Caroline and Brady are only 3 weeks apart. We literally lived life together, and we kept it up. Our kids grew up together, and we made it a point to get together as often as we could. When our kids were small and we would visit each other, we would always talk each other into staying an extra night, maybe sometimes 2 or 3. It wasn't a very hard decision, and we always gave in. As our kids got older and Sally started working again, we weren't able to get together as much. She was so involved with the kids and became their biggest and maybe most embarrassing cheerleader. She was an amazing mother, and she lived for the girls. They embody every wonderful thing about her. She was also so involved and invested in her job. She advocated for her residents and treated them like family.
She was always doing things to make them feel loved and special. Every time I would get to her house, there would be Amazon boxes full of things for them. And she couldn't just give one resident something. Her and the girls were always making goodie bags for 30 people, so everybody was treated the same. Sally was the kind of friend I always looked forward to talking to, and I couldn't wait to see. She was the best friend who became family. She was beautiful, kind, strong, independent, and so incredibly funny. Her laugh was contagious, and one of the things I miss about her the most. I'm thankful that Faye, Liz, and Susan have the same contagious laugh that will always remind me of her. When Sally got sick, she stayed so positive, and I never, ever heard her complain. She went to every treatment and every appointment, worried about everyone else. She's literally the strongest person I know, and she fought with such courage, strength, and grace. She may be gone, but the memories of her will live on in each of us. She's touched so many people, and she will never be forgotten. She will shine through in her girls, and I will always see her in them. I hope we all leave here today knowing that we are not alone in our grief. Of course, Sally will be missed, but she taught me to live fully and love fiercely, and I hope we can all honor her by doing the same.
I'm glad I got the chance to say that I do believe I love you. And if I should ever go away, well then close your eyes and try to feel the way I do today. And then if you can remember, keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me for sure. That's what friends are for good times and bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. And if I should ever go away, well then close
On behalf of our family, we appreciate your presence with us this afternoon. Caroline, Susanna, and Georgia, I hope you felt the love that we all have for your mom. When you face a tough day, I hope you remember that the love expressed today pales in comparison to the love she had for each of you. As we all navigate a world without her physical presence, I think that she would be the first to remind us all that she will always be here with us in spirit. As A.A. Milne said through Winnie the Pooh, if there ever is a tomorrow when we're not together, there is something you must always remember. You are braver than you believe. You are stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. But the most important thing is that even if we are apart, I'll always be with you. Did you want to do this in a last name?
May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine more upon your face. May the rain fall soft upon your feet. And until we meet again, may He hold you in His hand. May God hold you. May God hold you in the palm of His hand. Hold you in the palm of His hand.
Thank you all again for joining us today. Our family invites you to join us at the Hampton Inn over near Lowe's to continue to gather for continued remembrance of Sally.